What's good YouTube? Giants fan 696 back here with a video today, and today's video is going to be a breakdown of the Challenger badge in NBA 2K25. So Challenger improves effectiveness of well-timed contests against perimeter shooters. Highly requested badge. A lot of people wanted to see this one, so I'm going to get to it. The way I did this is, first off, I'm going to be shooting with Curry just because his shot probably going to be closest to what you'll see in the Park Pro and Rec. I also put his shot up to quick. And then I'm actually going to have the CPU with Kawhi, kind of put him in a sweet spot of where he'll be able to contest with the badge, but not with smothering his body, or else he'll stay very tight every time. So I kind of figured out the sweet spot of where he could stand, where if he has the badge, it'll be higher, and if he doesn't have the badge, it'll be lower. Or it should be, at least. I mean, we'll see when we actually test it. And yeah, doing that is just going to kind of decrease the margin for error instead of having a human trying to contest me every time. We're just going to have the AI sit in the sweet spot, and as soon as I kick it to Curry, we're going to see what he does. If it's going to say open, lightly contest, heavy contest, wide open. Yeah, so that's how we're going to test it. As usual, we're going to test every tier. So for bronze, you need a 71 perimeter D. Silver, you need 82. Gold, you need 92. Hoff, 95. And Legend, 99. For Challenger, you also could only have a max height of 6'11". So again, going to have Kawhi be the lock in this case. Again, I think it's like a perfect kind of model lock around what you'll see in the Park, Rec Pro-Am, etc. And yeah, as always, we'll start with Kawhi with no challenger, just under the bronze attribute threshold at 70 perimeter D, just so we get a baseline of what it looks like. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, just a reminder, kicking it off, Kawhi, no challenger at 70 perimeter D, just to get a baseline. Against Curry with his shot on quick, see what the contest looks like. For here too, just keep in mind that we're not looking if Curry makes the shot or not. It doesn't really matter. We're purely testing Challenger in this video. Deadeye would be testing the shot with the contest. That'll be another video. So again, purely just looking at the contest. Doesn't matter if the shot goes in or not. As usual too, this is on Hall of Fame. High risk, high reward shooting, doesn't really matter for this. And all of Kawhi's other badges have been removed too. So we'll purely be seeing just the effect of Challenger for this video. Same thing with Curry, by the way, also. He has no badges equipped. Alright guys, so we're going to test it. I had my friend here put Kawhi off ball on gap and on ball on smother to see what type of contest he gets when closing out. And right there you see it says open. So we're going to call that 0 for 1 for Challenger. Again, we want to at least see a lightly. Again, anything that's a heavy or lightly we'll call a win for Kawhi, opens or wide opens for Curry. So let's see our second try here. And that's at open. So we're going to say Kawhi is 0 for 2. Again, with no challenger, I don't really expect him to get contests. At least it's not wide open, it's open. But he's still just not able to get there. Again, that's why we have him on gap and smother to see how well he's able to contest him when he sees he gets the ball. See a third try here. And that says open. So Kawhi's now 0 for 3 again with no challenger. Don't really expect him to be able to run at me too good. Again, the whole point is to see how he could go and contest him with challenger, which is why we're starting him at gap and putting on ball and smother. Anyway, so let's do our fourth try here. Another open, so Kawhi's 0 for 4 in contesting me. Let's see our last one. And another open. So Kawhi went 0 for 5. Again, I didn't really expect him to get contested with challenger. Again, we're not focusing on if I make the shot or not. I'm just hitting the button and seeing what the contest is. Again, Deadeye will be a different video. So let's go ahead to bronze now, where Kawhi will have 71 perimeter with bronze challenger. All right, guys, so Kawhi wasn't able to get any contests on me with no challenger. They all said open. So we went 0 for 5. Now he has bronze challenger with that 71 perimeter D. So let's see if he's able to at least get a lightly on me, even a heavy. We'll see. All right, guys, our first attempt here. And he is going to get a lightly right off jump. So we're going to call that 1 for 1. So, I mean, it already looked better than no challenger because, everything was open. At least now he got a lightly. So yeah, let's see what the rest holds for us. That one said open, so that's going to be a win for Curry. So I would say Kawhi is now 1 for 2. So let's see our third attempt here. And that's going to be another open. So Kawhi is now 1 for 3. Let's see, try number 4 here. Another open. So Kawhi's 1 for 4, and Bronze isn't looking too good right now. Again, reason we have him that far back is because the whole point of Challenger is to see the closeout contest, which is why the on ball is on smother and the off ball is on gap. So again, he's 1 for 4. At least you saw one lightly to differentiate it. But let's see what this last one here looks like. And another open. So he finished 1 for 5. So Bronze Challenger is not good at all. So we're going to move on to Silver Challenger. Well, Kawhi will now have 82 perimeter D. Alright guys, so again, Bronze Challenger didn't look too good. Kawhi went 1 for 5 with one lightly. No Challenger, 0 for 5. Everything Curry shot was open. So let's see if Silver looks a little bit better here. Alright, so same thing. He's on ball smother, off ball gap. Just hit him, see what the contest says. Alright, so right off gate, it says open. So that's going to be a win for Curry. Alright, 0 for 1. Let's see our second try here. And Kawhi absolutely shut him down that time. So that's definitely a win for Kawhi. So he's 1 for 2. Try number 3. And he got a lightly, so that's going to be a win for him too. So he's 2 for 3 right now. Kind of all over the place right now. He had one lightly, one tight, and one open. So he's 2 for 3. Let's see our last two here. Another lightly, so I'm going to say he's 3 for 4. And last one here. Last one here is open, so he finished 3 for 5. Which isn't bad. It's just kind of all over the place with Silver. His only thing, you don't really know what you're gonna get because he had 2 opens, 2 lightlies, and 1 tight, which could bother you if if you want to know what type of contest you're gonna get. Again, this is the CPU on the same setting, so it should be the same. But it looked like Silver was mostly RNG, so we're gonna go ahead to gold now. We'll have 92 perimeter with gold Challenger. All right, guys. So now Kawhi has that gold Challenger, 92 perimeter D. Again, Silver definitely wasn't bad. I mean, Kawhi went 3 for 5, which isn't bad, but not perfect. 2 of them were lightlies, 1 was a tight, and 2 were open. So, kind of want to be more consistent if you're going to be, investing attribute points specifically for Challenger. So, let's see if we do a little bit better with gold. And right there, Curry shoots an open. So that's going to be a win for Curry. Kawhi is starting off 0 for 1. See our second try. That time he got a very tight. So that's the first very tight we've seen. And that's definitely a win for Kawhi. So we'll call that 1 for 2. Third attempt here. And he gets a tight. So he's 2 for 3. Maybe the first one was just a fluke, but he's got 2 red contests, including the first very tight we've seen so far in this test. So 2 for 3, looking good. Let's see what our last 2 here look like. Okay, he got a lightly, so that's still a win for him. That's going to be 3 for 4. See what our last one here looks like. Mix one in with him in the corner. And he got a tight. So that's definitely 4 for 5 for Kawhi. And it looked good. He got 1 very tight, 2 tights, a lightly, and an open. So definitely better than Silver. I mean, he got 3 red contests where Silver only got 1, I believe. Yeah, I believe Silver only had 1 red contest. So that's a pretty big difference. Plus a lightly and only 1 open where Silver had 2. So it definitely looked better, but let's keep going now to Hall of Fame where he'll have 95 perimeter defense. Alright guys, so now we're at Hall of Fame Challenger here. Again, gold is pretty good. He contested me 4 out of the 5 times, and 3 of them were tight contests, red contests, whatever you want to call it. So maybe Hoff will be even better. Maybe not even any of them will be opens. Like in gold, we still had 1 open, 1 lightly. So we'll see. Maybe Hoff is even better. Alright guys, first attempt here. And he is right up on me. That is going to be a very tight. So definitely a win for Kawhi right there. We will call that 1 for 1 for him. Again, same settings used throughout the whole time. On ball, smother, off ball, gap. So, see our second try here. And Kawhi is getting right up onto me now. That is going to be 2 for 2 for him. Again, another very tight release. So, again, if you guys notice, he's closing out way quicker and just getting there, smothering my body. So, let's see our third try. And look, Kawhi is there now before I even catch the ball. So that's going to be a 3 for 3 for Kawhi. See, it's mixed one up in from the hash. And that's going to be a lightly. So he's still 4 for 4. We said lightlies were wins, so 4 for 4. Let's go see our last one here. So 4 for 4. And he gets another red. So he finished 5 for 5. 4 of them were red contests, 1 lightly. Usually when someone goes 5 for 5, we end it there. But since technically he still could do better, he got 4 red contests and 1 yellow. So we will just try Legend just to see if we're able to get the 5 red contests. So he'll have 99 perimeter D. So let's go ahead and try this last one out. Alright guys, final test here. Again, very happy with Hall of Fame. Went 5 for 5. 4 reds, 1 yellow. Kind of just testing Legend here for fun to see if we get to 5 reds or if we'll have similar results to gold. Alright, so let's get it going here. First one here. Kawhi looked all over me right there. So that's going to be 1 for 1 for Kawhi. Straight out the gate with a red tight contest. Here we go. Kawhi is right there. Another red contest, so he is 2 for 2 easily. Alright, 2 for 2. Let's see what our third one here looks like. And Kawhi has literally just pushed me over, basically. So that's going to be 3 for 3 for him. And as expected, Legend's looking pretty good. If, based on what we saw from Hall of Fame, too. So, let's see what our last two look like here. Alright, 3 for 3. Let's see what our fourth one here looks like. Again, another red. So, that's going to be 4 for 4. So 4 for 4, all reds. Let's see, are we going to be able to just one-up Hall of Fame here with 5 reds, or will we get something different? Let's go ahead and find out. All right, guys, 4 for 4. Let's see, will we finish with the 5 reds for Legend? And Kawhi literally just pushed me on the floor again, so he finished 5 for 5, all reds. Kind of what I expected based on Hall of Fame, giving me 4 reds and 1 yellow. So just to recap, guys, on no challenger, Kawhi went 0 for 5. Everything was open. Bronze 2, he went 1 for 5. I believe he had 1 lightly. The rest were open. Silver was kind of a mix of opens, lightlies, and I believe 1 red contest. Went 3 for 5. Gold went 4 for 5, and I believe 3 of those were heavies. 1 was a lightly. Hall of Fame, we went 5 for 5, with 4 being heavies and 1 lightly. And Legend, we went 5 for 5, all heavy. So if you're a lock, primary lock, and pretty much the primary thing you're worried about is defense, I would say go Hall of Fame, honestly. Is 95 perimeter D, which is high, don't get me wrong, but if you want to be a lock and be able to stop everything, then that might be what you need. I mean, we went 5 for 5, and 4 of them were heavies and 1 lightly. So 1 lightly every so often isn't going to kill you. I mean, most people aren't greening that. That is a tougher shot. Heavies, I mean, there's very low chance people are greening heavies, in my opinion. Gold 2 is also pretty good if you're not as committed to it. If you could only afford like a 92 perimeter D. Gold still, we went 4 for 5. Only 1 was open and 1 lightly and 3 heavies. So that's still like a 60% chance of a heavy, 80% chance of a contest in general. So if you're not as committed, I'd say go gold. I wouldn't go Legend. They get 5 heavies. I just don't think the 99 is worth the 1 extra heavy compared to Hoff. Definitely wouldn't go no challenger, 0 for 5. Bronze 2, very bad one, 1 for 5. Silver was okay. I mean, say you're like a guard and you just want to not get shot over or anything, you could get away with silver with 82 perimeter defense. Again, 2 of them were open though. 2 were lightlies, and I believe 1 was a heavy. So kind of going to be more RNG, but definitely won't get shot over every play like you would with bronze or no challenger. So pretty much in the end, I would say if you're a primary lockdown, I would say go Hall of Fame or gold, depending on how much room you have for perimeter defense. If not, maybe you're just a little point guard who wants to not get shot over every play, I would say at least go silver. So that's my take on things. Appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Let me know down below which badge I should break down next. Check me out on Twitch too. I've been streaming a lot of my team content on there, and I'm out.